Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver, and happy Columbus Day, October the 9th, 2017. And the loony left is going crazy because this evil white man came over from Europe and destroyed the Native Americans. You heard about him, Christopher Columbus. He came over here to destroy, bringing diseases and destruction to the peaceful people of America, the indigenous people of America. Yeah. Let's talk about Christopher Columbus for a minute. Why did he come here? You know, the liberals don't tell you why he came here. Let's talk about what made him decide to take 3 boats out into the ocean further than any man has gone before, hoping and thinking and wondering what's on the other side. Was he just curious? Was he just a roaming adventurer, an explorer trying to find new things to look at? Was he trying to find people to conquer? Yeah, he was trying to find folks to kill and slaughter and bring diseases to. That's what he was doing. Europeans, Christopher Columbus, why did he do that? Before Christopher Columbus decided to look for a passage to the west, to India, the Muslim warriors had taken over Constantinople and other areas and cut off the trade routes from Europe to India and Asia. They were holding bounty, or they were refusing passage. So the left should be really angry at the Muslims. Boy, they're the reason Christopher Columbus had to go out and look for a new way to India. But they don't criticize that. You ever notice that the liberals only tell you what you should not like? They only tell you what you shouldn't like. Liberals are only interested in telling you what you should not like. So now, we don't like Christopher Columbus. My wife and I had the privilege of going to Haiti years ago at the invitation of the Haitian government, and they shut down the Haitian Museum just so my wife and I could look through it. I got to walk up and touch the anchor of Christopher Columbus' ship that brought those guys here looking for a new way to trade and do business. So, what happened, folks? We have a situation now where we're celebrating weak tribes who had no culture, who had no language, and we're throwing away the culture that was the most advanced culture on the planet at the time. Now, before you folks email me at masonweaver@masonweaver.com, we've always had advanced cultures. Every time in history, one culture was the strongest on the planet. The Greece, the Romans, the Ghana Empire in Africa, the Incas here in the Americas, we had Chinese dynasties, the Egyptians built the pyramids. You always had different cultures that were superior at any one part of time. It wasn't because of their color or their race or their heritage. They had done some things, developed some things that made them powerful, and the last powerful nation had stopped doing some things that made them weaker. But because the European culture was the strongest culture on the planet at that time, does not mean Europeans are superior. It means the culture they had, the values they had, the things they looked at, the things they invented, the things they took advantage of was superior. So we now live in a Western culture, the most superior culture the world has ever seen. And we want to throw it away because he did some bad things. Christopher Columbus saved the planet. And all you liberals who hate Christopher Columbus, first you should hate the Muslims because the Muslims forced him to look for a passage. But also, you would not have the Hispanics here if it was not for Christopher Columbus. The minority group that you are calling to come into L.A. and vote, the group that you are spreading worldwide, you will not have the Hispanic population. A little dirty secret, folks. You don't have a Hispanic population here now. You have Indians from Mexico that the Spaniards have kicked out of Mexico to come here to get rid of their poverty. You have a racist Mexican policy that brings the Indians here to America. Different video. Let's get back to the civilization, folks. We have to understand who we are and what we are. Our Constitution, we're talking about guns right now, a whole lot of guns control to discuss. Our Constitution was written by citizens, not government. It was written to form a citizen government. The 13 colonies came together and formed a nation for mutual defense. They were under attack, under pressure from France, from Spain, from England, They were under pressure from the Indians. They had to have a union to firmly establish their defense. That's why the Constitution was written. It is written by citizens to direct government to do a few minor things. The bottom line, it depends on us, folks, not government. It depends on you and I as citizens. You and I are citizen governors. We are responsible and we are the directors of the government. It is not the opposite. The government does not direct us. We direct it. See, the government is the corporation of America. It is run as a corporation. We are the board of directors. Our job is to maintain the direction and the quality of what the government is doing. Do not let the government dictate to you what your rights are. Everything in the Constitution is a restriction on government. So we talk about Second Amendment. Folks, you want to know why I need a fully automatic rifle? You want to know why? And not for hunting. I got a lot of hunting space out here to do. If I want to hunt, I can hunt. But that's not why I need a Second Amendment. I need a Second Amendment because the government has automatic rifles. That's why. And every time in history, it's very unlikely I would ever need an automatic rifle against my government. But every society has faced, even this society has faced, chaos in our government, where government breaks down. Whether it's a mass destruction, man-made or natural, there's a time where we will need to defend ourselves against the government. Or maybe until the government gets there. But as a citizen, I'm responsible for this house and the folks that live in this house. So I may need a situation where I am on my own for 3 or 4 days. I need an automatic weapon because the government, see folks, when chaos happens, the government stops being the government. We've seen it over and over again, but they still have the government weapons and the government power. So if chaos happens, if we get hit by a nuclear weapon in St. Louis, I'm 60 miles from St. Louis, this community will be in chaos for weeks. Who's going to take care of my family? You got people here on duty and off duty with automatic weapons. I need to have the defense that the government has. Folks, it's just nature. Human nature is to get the best what you have. There's nothing magical about Romans or Greece or the Aztec Indians or the Inca Empire. Nothing magical about them. They took the power they possessed and they controlled things for their family. So the Europeans came here and they controlled the environment for their families. I participate in the European economy and the European government. I participate in the culture of the Western European nations. I participate as a black man, 9 generations in this country. I have contributed and participated in it. It is the greatest culture on the planet. I like black culture. I study Swahili. I speak Swahili. I know what African tribes that I've adopted. I understand who Africa is, but the best culture on this planet right now is European. It's the Western culture. So let's take advantage of it. Christopher Columbus, I salute you. I honor you. Don't let anybody tell you anything bad about him. He was a man looking for a way to increase the trade to his nation. What are we doing? What are you doing? This is my country, by the way. Have you noticed? This is my nation. My nation. I am free because of her. I serve in the military. I defend her. So you clowns who want to sit down for the flag, you're saying you're weak. You're saying that you're not strong enough to compete in this country. You folks want to protest white people, protest cops. You want to protest Christopher Columbus. You want to tell us not to honor him. You are just weak. You're liberals. You have no spine. You have no glory. All you can do is tell folks what they should not like. I'm here to tell folks what they should like. You should love God, love your country, like your flag, and this American culture that we have created. The American culture has freed the world. There is nothing negative about America. It's made by humans, so we got some problems, but every nation does. You're not going to dictate to me what I like. You're not going to dictate to me what I'm going to proclaim. I am an American. I'm not an African American. I'm not a hyphenated American. Don't you dare refer to me as that. I am an American citizen. I will train my kids to defend themselves. I will train my kids to love this nation. I will train my kids to compete in this country. If you are not competing, if you're not training your kids to compete, they will work for my kids. The challenge is yours, not mine. But we're not going to back off America now. I am glad I'm here and not in Europe, being overrun by Islamic terrorists. I'm glad I'm here, not in Africa where they're dying with flies in their eyes. I'm glad I'm here, not in Haiti where they're making $30 a month income. I'm glad I'm here. Not in South America where they're treating black people like slaves still. I am glad I am here. There is no other nation that black people are as free. There's no other nation where black people are as economically, medical handy. There's no other nation where black folks live as long. There's no other nation where we have thrived so much. So you black folks, you poor folks, you liberal folks, you hating people, hate America, think of anywhere else where you can prosper. This is America. I'm an American, and happy Columbus Day. Stay right or be left. We're going to go to freedom. God bless you.